Okay, this is my new Saab 95 Aero. Maybe the worst car I've ever bought, maybe the best, I don't know. Because in the first 24 hours of owning it, it broke catastrophically, so I don't know, I guess we'll find out. So let's look at this car. This is a 2002 Saab 95 Aero, hot version, 250 horsepower stock, but this one has a little more. So as you can see, we got some Aero wheels. We got a missing mirror cover because, well, this got smashed by the previous owner. I already replaced the glass, so still need to paint the plastic, but I got it for 200 euros cheaper, so that's good. Typical Saab. Crappy destroyed antenna, of course. Pretty good rubber still on the window trim. And yeah, there it is, Aero. Looks pretty good. Got some exhaustage. Pretty good. So what this has is pretty much everything you could get in an Aero except for heated and electric seats, which is great because I hate those. And it's got all the xenon lights, and it's got bigger brakes in the front from like a 9.3 Aero, so it stops pretty good. And of course it doesn't have just 250 horsepower. The Saab guys told me the last time this was on a dyno, it had 292 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque, so I don't know, I guess it does, because the first day of owning it, it broke the transmission, and apparently you're not supposed to full throttle it in 5th gear, and I kinda did that and the 5th gear exploded, so I guess they're kinda known for that. So already bought a new gearbox, already replaced that and a bunch of other stuff, so pretty much I've already invested half of the value of this car into this car.
I guess it was the first time you actually didn't repair it, but somebody else repaired it.
Yeah, I didn't want to bother with it, but you know how it is spending a lot of money on Saabs. I have one right there.
Go fuck yourself.
So yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. The front's not too smashed up. Usually these lips are completely destroyed. This one's just slightly destroyed. And wheels, yeah, these were pretty much, I think they were spray painted because they're pretty bad and no one ever cleaned brake dust off them, so now they're garbage. Let's see inside. Looks pretty good for 345,000 kilometers inside, so everything's pretty nice. Seats are not torn, which is pretty amazing for a Saab. And okay, let's go in here. Here we go. All the good stuff, everything's still original. As some people might know, these engines will blow up immediately if you don't put the right oil in it and do the necessary upgrades, so that's what happened, and the engine was replaced like 10 years ago or something. Everything's pretty nice, seats, everything not bad. Okay, let's see the trunk. Let's see what we have in here. Nothing special, but a lot of boot space, which is pretty good for a limousine. Much more than most of BMWs or something like that. Comparable cars, so let's close that. And yeah, as I've said, I've already spent a lot of money repairing it, so I will tell you everything I've replaced.
First thing they need to know is how many days do you have Saab. And
I've had this car for about a month, maybe just over a month. So first thing, we bought a new mirror. The guy gave me 200 euros off the price, so I paid 57 euros for a new mirror, no problem. And then the next thing is a gearbox for a Saab 95 Aero.
how many days did you have it?
I had it like 22 hours and the gearbox exploded, so I ordered a new gearbox, 470 euros from Portugal with shipping, so I guess not too bad. Then I also bought gearbox oil and some new seals, so that was like another 70 bucks. Then I went and got it replaced by a Saab specialist, and it was not too expensive, 150 euros to replace, much better than doing this in my garage, because you have to pull the Saab frame and everything. And of course a bunch of things broke and I was like, tough luck, not my problem. And then they figured out the drive shaft was bad, so I also said fuck it, replace that, 120 euros. And some oil, so whatever. This is pretty much the main things replaced, and then I also had to buy new tires because the old ones were shot completely. Some new Goodyear Eagle F1s, 340 euros, not too bad. And then I also bought a brand new brake reservoir cap because it's broken, and of course Saab doesn't make them anymore, so I bought a Vectra brake cap, another 12 euros. And I don't know, I guess I'll have to order some more stuff, but I have yet to find some parts. So pretty much the total currently in less than a month, and I was pretty much driving this car for 3 days total out of that 1 month. And I've spent 1400 euros on this car. And if you double 1400 euros, you get what I paid for the car. So I've pretty much paid half as much as it's worth already, just on repairs. So I don't know, Saab life, I guess. I don't know. It's polished, but of course they polished it really quickly to sell it, so there's a lot of polishing paste everywhere, and it's pissing me off because I have to clean in between these fucking letters now, and it's so annoying. Yeah, let's look under the bonnet.
I know how to open it.
Yeah, we got some cool struts, it's pretty good. So here it is, EcoPower 2.3 B235R. And as you can see, I've already installed some zip ties because the cap, it was kind of cracked. And they were like, oh, you need to get a new one. So today I took it off to check and see which one I need to get. And of course it completely fell apart, as Saabs do. When you touch anything it breaks. So I put some zip ties on. Down there's a new intercooler, there's map tune pipes, and I guess there's a new ECU, it's mapped and everything, so I guess it's pretty fast. And I also gotta do an oil change, and yeah,
So
things are
annoying.
not cheap for this car. It's not cheap, so I'm gonna have to buy the good oil, buy the good filters. It's gonna be like $100 to replace the car. And yeah, also the fuel consumption. Yeah, it's not
So
good.
if you compare this to Calibra, how much it cost for Calibra? This oil change.
I changed the oil in my Calibra for 3 euros. I just found some old oil that was left in all the bottles, and I bought an old filter for 3 euros and I replaced it. I just poured all the 1040, 540, 530 in there, and it runs. But in this, if you pour in anything else that's specified by Saab, it's gonna blow up. So I guess we don't want that. But of course it does have some Opel General Motors blood, so there's oil leaks there and there's oil leaks down there. I guess you just ignore them and keep driving, and just Saab life.
Just a nice Saturday going to work, so let's do some rips. Yep, it's pretty quick. Because you know, fifth gear issues, don't want to break it again. That's pretty good. And now my fuel consumption is a fucking tragedy, so let's quit it. Okay, I guess it's time for his first oil change, and I gotta fix some other things, but first things first, brand new original OEM oil filter, new plug, new gasket, and then a few days ago I found some oil smells, and after taking this off I figured out there was a bunch of oil here, so yeah, this vacuum line right here, this damn vacuum line right here, it goes on this nipple right here. This is the Pcv system, it vents oil vapors out of the motor. This is very important on Saabs, but this isn't good. Literally exploded, so we gotta fix that. And then a bunch of more stuff underneath. So let's drain the oil. let's have some look underneath while the oil is raining, shall we? So first things first, I gotta fix the front splitter because all the little mounting brackets are broken off. Of course, this car is pretty low, so that happens. I gotta fix that. And on to the engine. It's a bit oily, you know, oil pan, and somewhere from up there there's Saab things. Here's the oil filter, that's pretty easy to access. And here we have this heinous downpipe, which, look at this welding, it's not exactly great. And up there, okay, it's pretty good. I think the gearbox mount is pretty donezo because it's been kicking back a lot while shifting. Pretty sure you can see a crack in the bushing right there, so that needs replacing ASAP. And okay, it's still draining, let's not get out on our heads. Other than that, it's pretty good. Just some oils here and there, just Saab things. Everything here is good, the axle's been replaced. All the bushings on the arms are polyurethane, so that's cool. I finished attaching the front lip of this car, it's back on, no more gaps, everything's good, just use some more screws and more washers. And here's the vacuum line that I've replaced, nice new vacuum line, put some zip ties so it's not gonna fly around. Need another one of those covers because it's a little broken, but it's fine for now. Now just to reattach the wheel liner and then it's mid. I also replaced the brake reservoir cap with just a normal one from a Vectra, and I just plugged in the old sensor and just shoved it down there so you can see it, and everything's good, no errors, mint. One little screw here, and everything's Gucci. So a list of things I want to do. I want to get this replaced eventually, maybe from insurance. Then refurbish these wheels because they're spray painted and they're not great. Maybe lower it. And I've also replaced this mirror, so this is good now. Painted it, looks good. I'd like to get side skirts refinished. Needs slight rust fixing on the bottom here, not too bad. And then on the interior, of course, I want to fix the missing pixels. It's not too big of a job, you just gotta order that stuff sometimes. We'll do a video on that, but that's pretty much it. So here it is, here's my little Saab, and this season, hopefully, I'm gonna take it on some road trips and have some fun with it.